Okay, what's up? My name is Rue, and this is just a little intro to the video. And I think it's cool that y'all can see my face. What it do, y'all? Um, yeah, please take this time to read the description. I know reading and where our attention spans are at this time, and I say we being nice because I refuse. But no, seriously, my attention span is pretty fried, like all of ours are. But this, in invitations like this, I really encourage y'all to take the time to read the description box. It really articulates and discloses what kind of thing is going on here and the intention behind these videos. That being said, please trust your own spiritual discernment. I am not God. Yeah, I'm just a human vessel having a spiritual experience. Oh, I'm a spirit having a human experience, or vice versa, however you want to look at that. Mind, body, soul. Connecting to maybe y'all mind, body, soul with the intention to empower y'all to trust your own intuition, to trust your own vision for your life and your own spiritual discernment. Okay, that being said, these messages are timeless. That being said, take what resonates and leave what doesn't. That being said, let's get into the video. Hello and welcome back. Please take this time to read the description below. If you're interested in private readings, please check out the description box below. If you have any questions, don't be afraid to comment below. Maybe someone else has the same question. Okay, so yeah, the intention of this reading is going to be to ease tension. So this is a timeless message with the intention to ease tension, to give you some type of release physically, mentally, emotionally, and possibly spiritually. But that will be up to you and your own spiritual discernment. Okay, let's get into it. Okay, so I know I said this is going to be a sketch and mentally stretch video. However, I felt called to do two separate piles. Okay, don't really look at the words too much. Really look at the images and the colors, but either way, pick a picture, pick a card, okay, and then look at the timestamps below. So this is going to be card 1 and this is going to be card 2. This is just going to be a marker for, I feel like, two different types of energies that I wanted to offer a more slightly tailored easing of tension reading, even though these are all general. So keep in mind, I might be randomly picking up details for a small select group of people that may or may not watch this. And so if it doesn't, don't force the message to fit. And maybe neither of these are your message. Also keep that as a variable as well. Okay, without further ado, pile 1, pile 2, starting with pile 1. Let's get into it. Hello, pile 1. Okay, let's get into your message really quick. Let me put my microphone on me so I don't have to hold it. Like, can I put it on my necklace? My necklace. Okay, cool. Hopefully y'all can hear me because we getting into it. Okay, so I'm going to start drawing and then we'll pull some more cards towards the end to see if we was on the right direction or just for extra confirmation. Confirmation. Okay, I'm sorry. Talk normal. So yeah, we're just going to channel the energy and see what's going on. So let's start with where you guys are at right now as kind of like a vibe check to see if this is your pile or your card. Oh, this is a brand new pen. Let me take a little thingy, y'all. Alrighty. Okay, some of y'all might be Sagittarius. Sorry, but it's already giving like bow and arrow for some reason for me. Okay, so if you pick this group, you could be having a particular goal in mind or a particular thing that you are questioning whether you should go after or not. Something regarding initiation, like questioning or wondering about where your energy, your attention should be focused right now. I think that a lot of people in this group do have like a category or a set of things that you are currently trying to figure out. Like I'm hearing compass, like you're trying to gauge the direction of something, but then you're realizing that the direction, like you're trying to observe where the direction of something is going, but some of this direction is within your control, and you know that. I think you are just becoming more aware of just how sensitive it is. I don't understand. There is a feeling of refinement and possibly collaboration. There's a feeling of refinement and possibly collaboration. Maybe you are refining the people that you collaborate with. And I encourage you to think of the word collaborate in a more alternative way than you normally do. So I don't mean necessarily directly like you and this person have a literal conversation and you like, okay, let's do this thing together. It's more so viewing all life as collaboration, because you only have full dictation and control. I don't know if dictation's a word. But you only get to dictate what you do, and you are trying to refine your part in it. So your part in this whole collaboration of community and life and groups of people that we find ourselves in, our environments, cultures, all of that. You are refining or being more intentional. I'm hearing more mature about how you use your life on this planet. The number 33 might be significant for some of y'all because this is being filmed at 33 feet. Maybe, oh, y'all see that? Okay. Just felt like I should reference that. So your card is never a crowd on the leading edge. Honor those who honor you. So there is a feeling of collaboration, community, partnership. I also feel like, and the number is 29. Anytime I see nines, I feel like it's the number right before completion because it's right before 10. So there's like this feeling of like, I'm hearing like setting the dinner table like for something. Some of y'all aren't even sure what you're about to eat, but you're just preparing for when you do know. You're setting the stage, you're setting the table for when you are sure, instead of waiting to be sure to take action, if that makes sense. And it's not in this impulsive way. It's just going with the flow, letting your spirit lead, but letting your mind and your brain be an assistant to that journey by taking note and taking stock of who is in alignment, and not even who, but what, as in like environment, location. Some of you guys may be thinking about moving, but thinking about what is honoring your energy. And I think some of us get caught up on trying to we don't want to define things as bad that we used to find great solace and great nurture, great nutrients in. And as we grow and evolve, certain things just don't align with us after all. And so you are taking stock of what honors you, what you eat, the people that you communicate with, that you're attached to, even if it's not frequent communication. What are you communicating? How do you feel after that Collaboration. Collaboration is the word of this reading. Collaboration. Calibration, I'm also thinking too, like recalibrating, calibration. I'll put the definition maybe here somewhere. But yeah, there is a feeling of trying to direct your energy and your brain, your spirit, your body towards something. And this could be creating tension because you want to get it right. Something about this feels like you only have, like there's only one arrow, which I don't personally think is true. I think you have an infinite amount of opportunities to, you know what I mean? Take your energy and use it in an infinite amount of different ways. However, there's a feeling of there's not a lot of time, or you want to seize the moment. So we're going to pull some more cards and get into this a little bit. You got beyond supernatural, break free from bonds of the past and step into a new self. Yeah, and here's two figures again. So maybe the collaboration is with different sides of yourself, collaborating. So when I was saying like the brain and the mind and the body, moving in alignment with those, it could also be collaborating instead of being mad at your mind for thinking a certain way, or mad at your heart for thinking a certain way. Find a way to get everyone on one accord, and don't make it seem like one is more knowledgeable or more worthy of giving attention to. Like, your flesh is in your vessel. That is the way you're able to exist in this physical world. And I feel like a lot of times we downplay it because we know we're the spirit inside of it, but the spirit wouldn't have a mechanism of operating in this physical world without it. So the body's intelligence and the spirit's intelligence are just, it's all needed, as well as your, yeah. Okay. Never a crowd on the leading edge, break free from bonds of the past and step into a new self. I feel like for some of y'all know y'all outgrowing certain groups, certain environments, but you hold so much fondness and care and like truly non-judgment for these groups, but it's just not going to age well, probably. But you're not necessarily holding on to it, and you're not necessarily trying to pre-distance yourself from it. It's just something that you're peeping, like, yeah. And that's why I feel like for this pile, some of y'all might be moving, because it's just really feeling like it's time to step into a new journey. It's time to launch my bow and arrow somewhere else and take a new adventure. So let's see what would ease tension. What would ease tension? I'm going to sketch a little something first. What would ease tension? I think for some of y'all, what would ease tension is just doing some test shots I'm hearing. I don't know, take that how it resonates. But like maybe doing, experimenting a little bit with this concept or this idea that you have to go after something, to initiate something, to start something. Maybe doing more research. Maybe that's part of the refinement. Maybe you know that you have an interest for this and that you kind of want to start heading that way. But there's something making you reluctant to go all the way in. And maybe that's just because you need a little more information. You just need a little bit more time looking at things closely, looking at how you feel after being in collaboration with a certain energy, person, place, or thing, time, space. My words. Yeah. Because for some of you, it's an environment. For some of you, it's a relationship. For some of y'all, it could be it could be both of those things. A business relationship, a platonic relationship, romantic. You know what's on your mind heavy right now. Okay. What's causing you the most tension. Okay. So what's going to ease tension is by doing a little bit more research on this. Wonder, I say this so much, you're going to hear this so much if you subscribe to this page. Wonder versus worry. Okay, you're expanding your capacity to wonder, to imagine scenarios that aren't just worst case scenario. Sorry. Some of you guys are trying to get to the root of something, but I don't think you can get to the root of it without... Well, there's an innate risk getting to the root of something. It's messy. And I'm seeing this image of someone gardening and trying to get to the root of a plant that they already potted really nice and neat. But you got to take that thing out the pot and get to the root of it and like repot it. Like, and I know nothing about gardening, so this is clear cognizance. But something about, like, I just keep seeing this image of a plant or a flower being repotted and how you have to take the root out and it's all messy. You get dirt everywhere. There's really no neat way to do it because you're getting to the root of it. And so you're having to like dig something out. And the more you dig at this and the more you get closer, the more you will start to see and feel a refinement of certain energies that are around you that have access to you, or what you want to give access to, what you want to make time for, because you really crave freedom. However, you know within the freedom takes true conviction in what it is that you want to do. It's not saying you don't do anything because you're so free. It's saying, how can I do more of what I love? It, as in, this energy, this tension. How can I do more of what I love while experiencing a sense of freedom where I don't feel like I have to force it? Let's take a deep breath. One step at a time. I know that's not what you want to hear. But I just saw these little steps things, and I didn't think of them as steps when I first made it, but every time you take a chance or an observation or an experiment, the next step will be revealed to you, but you're not going to get this step before you take that step. You know what I mean? Like, the clue gets revealed to you once you take that first step. And it's okay that you don't know what steps 5, 6, and 7 are right now. Okay? So what's going to help you ease tension? What's going to help you ease tension? First of all, what could this tension be about? So I did say we're going to do mental, physical, and emotional tension. So where is the mental tension? You got a lot on your mind. The magus. Okay. Yeah, you got a lot of things you're trying to juggle. There's a lot you want to go for, but there is one particular thing that you are feeling called to kind of like prioritize going for, but you're not sure, and there's like some type of innate risk that comes with that. Okay, so at this point, it's my fault. I'm doing all these videos on my iPhone, and as an artist, I am fighting for my life in terms of storage on my phone. Anyway, okay, so obviously the reading progressed. We pulled the Magus, which is also in the Eurocentric tarot, the Magician, okay, as far as where you're holding tension mentally. You're holding tension mentally, trying to balance all your different interests and feeling like you have to choose which one you're going to really be known for, and that's not necessarily true. We pulled 7 of Cups for where you could be holding tension physically. I suggested that maybe there's a lot of like weight, not like physical weight, but weight as far as like you feel heavy when you wake up. You get sleep, but you still feel tired. And maybe making space in your physical space will help also your mental clarity as well. I gave an example about how I was looking for something earlier, and by me looking for it, I started just being like, let me just straighten up my house a little bit. So I started straightening up, and then out of nowhere, I recalled where that object was. Hi, girl. Hold on, let me skip past this. Okay, so while I was cleaning, I randomly was like, oh, I know where it is. And I went to go to it, and then it wasn't there. And I was like, what the fuck? So then I kept cleaning. And then as things got more and more clean, I had another epiphany moment. And I was like, okay, it's here. And it was there. So sometimes making physical space, like cleaning our physical space, impacts other dimensions, like our mental dimension as well as our spiritual dimension. And kind of like making your space sacred. As well as your body, treating your body like a temple. It doesn't mean like being perfect in the sense of trying to look physically perfect or eat perfectly healthy. It means listening to your body. If your body is feeling like we want some of this, we are craving this, then do your best to do that. And then you could be holding tension emotionally. We got the Hermit, and I said that Virgos, where y'all at? Earth signs. But some of you guys are really into detachment right now. And I relate to you. But I heard really strongly when I first did this that so some of y'all are attached to the idea of being detached, which makes you kind of hermit, which makes you kind of introverted. Even though you still, like, I still see some of you guys being social and hanging out, it's like at an arm's reach. Like, you don't let people get too close. Or you like to have a lot of control over how people do get close. You've been hurt before, and maybe you feel it kind of inconvenient getting out of your own little shell, and kind of feeling like it's like opening Pandora's box. I'm hearing like when you come out of your own shell, out of just being in your own world, like there's a level of safety, and so there's a level of tension emotionally when you think about getting out of your hermit mode. Or maybe that is a defense mechanism to some tension that was caused in your emotional space lately. And so to relieve tension, I pulled these 3 cards. To relieve tension mentally, we have Angelite. And this card talks about your third eye chakra. Your third eye chakra is basically in between, it's pressure point, the point in between your eyebrows, I like to say. But it's also symbolic of the vision that you have for your life. And some of you guys have a multitude of visions and a multiple, awareness of various alternative routes you can take to success or to fulfillment. And you're having trouble picking one, but just know that you kind of are in a win-win situation, and you get to decide what is the right fit for you. And you can't mess it up because you're you. And even if you choose it and then you realize you want to choose something else, like, guess what? You were only going to be able to do that by choosing it in the first place, to know that that's not what you want to keep choosing. Okay, so physical relief of tension. Like I said, look into some maybe detox things. Maybe your body's in need of some type of nutrients that it's not getting. So how can you take, your eating and your hygiene and your overall like cleaning of your space in a more sacred and profound way, to where you're really getting rid of any unnecessary, unwanted energy, and then relieving tension for you emotionally. We got the Frog. This card was talking about evolution, and it was talking about how like frogs start off as tadpoles. So some of you guys are afraid of what you are evolving into, because you don't recognize this territory. You don't recognize this territory within yourself, and you don't recognize with this new evolution of who you are what kind of experiences that will bring. Like, your brain doesn't have any past data to compare that to, so it's kind of scary. And you're also like, well, in the past I've really hurt people, or in the past I've really gotten hurt. Guess what? That's always going to be a risk. But there's nothing, you've learned a lot about how to manage your boundaries, how to manage other people in terms of your level of integrity and honesty with them, as well as being more methodical, mature about your movement towards a person or towards a project or anything that would require consistent commitment and emotional investment. which creates innate risk. So I hope this helped. This is your sketch again, if you just want to take a look at it. Yeah. Sorry about the video lapse. I'll get it together. Okay, hello. Pile 2. Very different color off jump, so I slightly changed the lighting a little bit. The then veil, let go and let glow. Okay, let's start channeling the sketch. Let me sit down, I'm a little excited, a little excited. Some of you guys, okay, hold on, let me shut up. I feel like some of you guys that picked this pile could be hiding or attempting to ground excitement, to ground it's like for this pile, it's like you guys have moments of, okay, I'm so sure I'm about to do this. Like, yeah, let me go for it. Let me go in this direction. Let me head in this direction ever so carefully. And then you have this moment of like, what am I doing? I don't know. I don't know what that is. Number 22 could be significant because they are at 22 feet. For this dive. Some of you guys are ruminating. I feel like both groups are ruminating on something. It's like you are... It feels like in every effort to hold something down or to downplay or ground something or to minimize something, it's like every effort to do that is making the waves bigger in the like ripple effect, if that makes sense. Because the then veil, it's making me feel like if a shirt is see-through, right? Just ever so slightly, and maybe nobody really notices it's see-through, but because you are hyper aware that it's see-through and that like you could be like revealing a little naked body part, it's drawing attention to the fact that, oh, it is see-through. Like, but that's like a metaphor for what's happening with you energetically. If that makes sense. Like the more you are attempting to be like, I need to stop thinking about this, I need to stop doing that, like the more you're thinking about it. Like the whole concept of don't think about a blue elephant and then like what did everybody just think about right now? You know what I mean? So it's like instead of trying to make something smaller or not think about it, release this like meaning behind you thinking about it so much. Like, why does it have to mean anything? I feel it's easier said than done, I know, but it's like as if let go, don't just let go of the thought, because I feel like that's what this group has been attempting to do, to let go of this issue, to let go of this idea, to let go of something that transpired in the past. And you trying to let go of it on the surface like that is like having the counter, like the exact opposite effect that you want. And so instead of thinking about, oh, let go of the thought completely, try to forget about it, don't think about that person, don't think about that event, it's more so like let go of the bad narrative or the bad story, or like let go of the fact that you're thinking about it a lot. You're thinking about it. Okay. And Sorry, that was aggressive. That's how it felt. Like, okay, and what? And I feel like when you give yourself space to really be like, okay, I'm really thinking about this thing a lot in a non like critical way, in a more curious approach, you'll get to the bottom of why you're thinking about it and actually get to the root and be able to stop thinking about it versus just going on a surface level approach and be like, I need to stop thinking about blue elephants. And it's like, okay, just accept the fact that you're thinking about blue elephants. Okay. Why do you think you're thinking about blue elephants? Well, I've always been curious about, you know what I mean? Like, get to the bottom of it, and then also trust the pacing of getting to the bottom of it. Because do you know how many things your brain has experienced and how many different like neural pathways it's formed and where it got it from and how deep each like path is compared to the new ones that you're forming? So there's a lot of stuff going on in there, and you're not going to like get rid of unhealthy thought patterns in a week or in like a day, but take note and take stock of the fact that it's a daily practice. And part of that daily practice could be releasing like the need to never think about stuff that is like not productive. Like, that's how you refine your muscle of focus, is by having the opportunity to be distracted or ceasing the opportunity when you become distracted, to really look at like, okay, what is it that pulled my attention away, or what is it that I keep, coming back to? Some of you guys could benefit from being more choosy about who you tell about the intimate details of your life. It doesn't make you a snob. It doesn't make you ashamed. It just makes you, again, like, you care about who gets mixed in with the energies of your life, and that is involved with people knowing the details of your life, even if these people have no ill intention. It's just the sense of mixing with a bunch of different things. It's like taking a bunch of different good tasting sauces and mixing them together, and it's nasty now because those sauces were meant to be in their own sauces. I don't know. Okay, so let's pull some more cards. And getting more into detail, but I can tell you right now, it seems like mentally you're holding tension in regards to like trying not, and this kind of came up in the other pile, but you're holding tension in regards to what you're thinking about, and getting tense because you keep thinking about something that you have deemed not worthy to be thinking about, or something that you shouldn't be thinking about. You just don't feel good about this thing that you keep thinking about, and that is causing you tension. And what is probably going to relieve tension is going to be accepting the fact that you're thinking about it and leaning into it and getting more curious about this thought loop, this pattern, versus worry, 5 of this, versus trying to just. It's reminding me of people that think meditation is clearing your thoughts. Like, just don't think about anything. And that's like that's not the point. You're going to have thoughts. So you have 2 of Wands, Dominion, representing where you could be holding tension mentally. So some of you guys are feeling very passionate about something, and that's what it was. Like, it's trying to like consolidate this excitement or this passion for something, and in your attempt, the more you try to stifle it or minimize it or repress it, it's like the more like it has these outbursts, or it gets stronger, so to speak. So what would relieve tension mentally from this thing that you keep thinking about that has to do with something very passionate for you would be to admitting to yourself that there's passion there, and letting, like I said, letting yourself feel what is coming up, versus being like, nah, I can't feel this. No. That's just gonna make it more turbulent. Hummingbird to relieve tension. Okay. There's 2 of wands and 2 birds on here. Number 41. This, for some of y'all, okay. It has to do with an interpersonal relationship. I'm not going to say romantic or platonic, but it has something to do with that. I try to like really avoid that because I feel like there's so many pick a card readings that are about that. But if it comes up, it comes up. And this isn't like a love reading, but wands do represent fire, and hummingbirds, and there being 2 of them, I just feel like there's something significant here. So what would relieve tension for some of y'all is accepting the fact that you feeling somebody, or that there's like a pull towards something. And if it's like friendship wise, maybe it's like you don't want to get too close to someone again. Maybe your last like close best friend like really did you dirty, and you're trying to like consolidate the excitement. Or maybe you're planning something with someone that you're close with, and you're just like, you don't want to get your hopes up. I am happy, hummingbird, glistening in the sunlight with its jeweled toned feathers. Hummingbird perches and drinks the sweet nectar of nature. Despite its size and delicate features, it knows how to quickly move from one area to the next, a prime example of never judging a book by its cover. Hummingbird has appeared to remind you that you hold the keys to your happiness. You can train yourself to stay focused on what you want to be experiencing and hold a vision of your ideal reality, which really can and will become your true reality. So be sure to stay focused on sweet things if you want to be experiencing a sweet reality. Okay, so this is part of the tension, because it's like, that concept of like what I focus on grows. And then when you think about something negative, you're like, fuck, don't start thinking about the fact that you're thinking about something that isn't good. Recognize it, observe the thought. You're not the thought itself. You are the consciousness experiencing that thought. And I know somebody was like, well, whose thought is it? It's the thought that you are experiencing from within yourself, probably from a collection of stories you were told and how we were raised and all these different subconscious things that get imprinted on us as we grow up. But ultimately, you can gently move your focus back onto something that is more beneficial for you, and and maybe changing the way you think about it. Maybe if you're thinking about a certain person, place, or thing, instead of getting mad that you keep thinking about it, maybe start observing the way in which you're thinking about it, the way in which you're attaching to your attachment or your experience of that issue. I don't know. Hopefully that makes sense to you. Very convoluted. Okay, so what will relieve tension for you emotionally? We got 10 of Pentacles. Okay, emotionally, some of y'all are feeling like stressed out about your monetary resources, and that's fair, okay? You need it to do things. I get it. Some of you guys are really finding it tough to use all your different useful skills that could be monetized, and picking one that can be monetized, or getting organized about how to go about monetizing that. Or some of y'all have already done this and know where the money could come from, but you're having a little bit of tension over like how to distribute it, how to make it sustainable and not just like a one-off in your financial development. I think what would help relieve a lot of tension for you in that space mentally is like just tracking your finances. Ooh, and I know that like made everyone tight right now. Me too, me included. But like checking your balance every day, or writing down everything you spend money on in a day to kind of have like a reality check. I know. And I know you think that's going to cause more tension, and maybe initially it will, but ultimately it will like big picture relieve tension, because you won't be guessing when you go to like spend money on stuff, or you'll just be way more careful with what you're spending money on. So we got salvia to relieve tension mentally on this issue. For some of y'all, honestly, getting in a very clear mental headspace, like your spiritual hygiene, is going to have a huge effect on your money and your sustainability and your physical resources. So take that however that resonates. Before I read the description of this card, it's really feeling like the things that you planted seeds on, you know, a couple years back, three years ago or so back, is starting to take flight, take blossom. And some of y'all are getting a little tense about, can I handle it? Can I sustain it? Okay, it's happening. And it's like, you got this. You got this, okay? Number 35. Some of you guys are just having the feeling of more sustainability coming your way when it comes to physical and financial resources, but you're not really sure how it's going to come together. And maybe that's making you tense, like, because you're like, I'm kind of winging it right now, and I don't really know where I'm going to be in the next 3 years, but I know where I want to be, and you're kind of like having a little tension about how that's all going to come together. Okay, so salvia. I allow messages to flow to me, okay? With its brightly colored indigo flower, salvia decorates the landscape of the mountainous regions that it calls home. Diviner sage, as it's often referred to, this plant is known for amplifying the senses and painting lucid pictures. Salvia is here to act as a channel between you and your spirit guides. Open your mind's eye and be willing to receive information that is ready to present itself to you. Keep a record of what you notice throughout your day to refer to later in meditation or research. Pinpoint the themes your guides are trying to express. Messages from God can be bestowed in many forms, whether it comes in dreams, meditations, or synchronicities. So, like I said, keeping track of what you're spending money on, but also keeping track of what you think about, as well as I feel like this was also confirming what I was saying about spiritual hygiene having a big effect on your money at this current time when you're seeing this message. So, yeah, being careful what you speak, what you hear, what you see, what you speak, and what you do. Okay, and let's see any tension that you could be holding physically. I feel like this one wants to come out. Oh, Knight of Cups. Some of you are dehydrated. Drink some more water. Some of you guys, I feel like some of y'all use water and food as like a prize for getting stuff done, and that may not be the most sustainable thing. You might be getting burnt out. Like some of you are like, okay, I'm gonna go eat and get something to drink after I finish this, or I'm gonna lay down and relax. Like you feel like you have to earn rest and earn replenishment, when your replenishment is really going to have a effect on the quality of your productivity. So it's not bad to rest. Also, physically, some of y'all, again, it's just keep going back to like emotions and letting some stuff out. Like some of y'all really are repressing something and holding down this excitement, and it's like literally in your back, it's in your chest, it's making you like stiff up when you're around this person, or when you think about this person, or you think about this situation. Cancer, and then this Knight of Cups, it's already Cancer energy. Water, Cancers are about family, the home. Cancers are represented by the crab, which is hard on the outside, soft on the inside. So yeah, it's like some of y'all are hiding your softness, and physically it's making you stiff. And maybe physically you could benefit from like really like moving slower, taking your time, something to do with your home, like making some clearing some space out. I think this was in the other reading as well, but cleaning could also help relieve physical stress. Maybe your car for some of y'all, like, because he's on a horse and he has wings. I'm just thinking of ways of traveling. There could be something in your car, like maybe some old food that went bad that's like affecting your health. And it's just like a smidget, but it's something in there. But yeah, I think to relieve tension, it's going to really benefit you to at least admit to yourself that you're feeling some type of way, instead of just like having this double agent, double disguise, even within yourself, where you're like, it's like you're holding back information from yourself. It's crazy. I don't know how you can do that. I embrace my emotions, Cancer. You can find Cancer sitting peacefully on a meditation cushion, eyes closed, searching deep inside themselves for emotional catharsis. Cancer knows that there is nothing wrong with expressing their emotions. To them, emotions are beautiful and they flow freely. If you're going through an emotional stage in your life, Cancer is here to sit by your side and encourage deep release. Cancer also rules the chest. So for some of y'all, maybe like a lung detox or just opening your chest and stretching that chest area, like maybe that's where you hold tension. We are naturally fluid beings, ebbing and flowing like the tide, so expect to have times of crashing waves along with the ease of gentle shores. All right, y'all. So I think that pretty much nips it in the bud. Yeah, ultimately, and I didn't get a word. I think the word was like release, like let go. Release your feelings, release this control, okay, of needing to know. Both piles have similar messages, but different energies, different methods of how it's going to help you both or how it relates. All right, so hopefully this reading helped. Say hello to little fishy. Take a closer look at something. Take a closer look. And don't get all your panties in a bunch about the fact that you're thinking about something or you keep like looking in your rear view mirror at something. Pull the damn car over and see what is back there. You don't have to be like, well, I'm already driving, so I guess I just have to keep driving forward and ignore that I keep seeing something in my rear view. Like, no. Pull over and look back there. There's a reason why you keep looking back there. So yes. All right. If this resonated with you, comment below. Comment below a topic that you want me to do a reading on or pick a card reading on in the future. Like the video, share it, subscribe, do all the things. Read the description if you want a private reading. And goodbye. Peace and power over you.